Okay, call 911. Grampy is in the attic again. Okay, this ladder. Okay, see how thin this is? That's half-inch drywall. This is not fire rated. Okay. Warning caution before installing this. Make sure this is going. Okay. But it's not. So a fire could blow through this. And I've gotten conflicting information. One of the worst places I can get information is from fellow home inspectors. And some home inspectors say this is okay, an okay application. And then some home inspectors follow those same home inspectors and tell them that this is not fire rated and they have to, and it starts a whole conversation that nobody wanted to have. So I'm just going to say this isn't fire rated. Let's just get the game going, okay? Okay, these hardware brackets, see that one's got a bolt in it? It's got a bolt in it. It says that you're supposed to put bolts in those empty holes. But also in these, on the sides, they go into they hold it up. Now you got bolts everywhere. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but probably not going to go anywhere. The manufacturer seemed to think it was important enough. So here's our light switch. How about that? Letter B. We got radiant panel OSB. It's called a coolie. It's called a coolie right there. What else we got? The clothes dryer vent is not supported in the attic. Okay. Needs to be cleaned too, by the way. You'll soon learn. We got our OSB backed with insulation. Coming. Ooh. There we go. We're on the road to discovery. Alright, no walkway. I don't have to go here. But I want to. You know why? Because these windows, I can see this one over here. I can see this window right here. I'm not seeing any pan flashing. These windows were not flashed properly. And by the way, these windows over here, this window does not have any weep holes, weirs in its weep hole. And that's not on the exterior video. And I'm going to try and get in there and get a little closer and get a picture of that for us. And coming on along, this feature right here, right there, that's called palm bracing. Palm bracing, palm bracing. Home inspectors, some home inspectors get really excited about palm bracing. It's caused other conversations. Palm bracing. Palm bracing. Palm bracing. Okay, the code is silent on palm bracing. You're not going to find that in the building plans. But most production builders use palm bracing to move things along so they don't have to cut so much and they can get these things just knocked up here as fast as they can. I mean, in a relatively efficient manner. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, as long as it's supporting the load path, it's not an issue. And so I was telling my clients that, okay, it's supporting the load path, it's not an issue. All right? And then they started going like, well, what about uplift? What about uplift? And going like, your uplift is handled by your collar beams or collar ties, call them what you will, collar ties, and also all your rafter connections. That's your uplift. Palm bracing doesn't have anything to do, will not affect you in any negative way in regard to uplift. It's just like, again, it's not the fanciest way to do it. It's not the classiest way to do it, but there's nothing technically incorrect with palm bracing. And part of the reason why I'm going through this is not just to save myself from having a conversation later, okay, but also to save you, dear client. If you're selling this house later and another home inspector comes in and says, palm bracing, you say, like, do you know what you're talking about? That's fine. That's acceptable. Show me in the code book where it says you can't do palm bracing. And maybe one day it will show up in a code book, but it didn't show up 8 years ago. It didn't show up yesterday. And it probably won't show up tomorrow. But sometime in the distant future. Okay. We got continuous soffits. We got continuous soffit vents. Those are good things. Coming on along. Over here, I can't get to the fireplace to see what the fire blocking is like on the fireplace chimney. Flue vent, but it's got a strap on it. I can see that much. Going on, we've got depth markers, loose fill insulation. Again, radiant panels. Closed dryer vents not properly supported. These luminaries should have cages around them so that people don't bump into them. That's fluorescent tubes. Anoxic junk goes everywhere. That's what should happen. Should have cages around them. Now, see that trail right there? See that trail right there? See that trail right there? People didn't make those trails. People didn't make those trails. Mice made those trails. We've had a that's a mouse hole right there. Check it. I wonder if he's home. Let's visiting. Are you in here? Is there any mouses in here? I don't see any. I don't see any. Had mouses about 13 inches of loose fill fiberglass insulation.